Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to the whole full elect. Alright, this video is going to be entitled simply Treasure, okay? And you know anything about treasure? Treasure, really, a treasure chest is what holds the treasure, and treasure is full of the abundance of things, such as which would be deemed wealth, which usually is gold, silver, precious jewels and gems. Okay, and that's what this word is. This word is our treasure. Okay, now you remember with the ark. All right, the ark it wasn't actually a boat. The word ark means chest or coffer. Something that keeps something. And what was kept within the ark? The treasure being Noah. All right, and also Shem, because that was a holy lineage being carried over from the old world into the new, and that was a treasure that had to be kept in store for this day and age today, for Yahweh Shai to come through that same lineage and then be able to take on all the sin of the nation of Israel and give us the strength and power through the unlocking of the word to become sons unto the Most High power by believing on his name, as it tells you in John 1 and 12. Okay, so we've been basically redeemed by that treasure that was kept over, and this treasure is still here to this day. Okay, so now I'm going to get into this. This is Luke 19 and 12. He said, therefore a certain nobleman went into a far country to receive a kingdom for himself, a kingdom, and to return. That nobleman is Yahweh Shai. He went to receive the kingdom after he gave himself up. He offered himself up for a sacrifice, a scapegoat, or escape lamb, should I say? Well, scapegoat, escape lamb for the nation of Israel. Alright, and basically by doing so, he'll be bestowed with all the power, all the blessing, the glory within the heavens, which is going to come upon earth. So that would be done when he makes his return. Okay, verse 13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. Alright, the word occupy goes back to the word pragmatic, alright, which means work. Alright, I believe that's where you also get the word practical, alright, which is basically getting shit done, man. Alright, and that's what we are to do. We do it in a practical way which works. Okay, and also the word also is rooted in practice, which means to do. So this is why we go out on the byways every week, alright, and we do these videos every day, alright. But we're delving into the scriptures every day, we're studying every day, we're engaging the spirit every day, so that we're constantly practicing, we're constantly doing. It's a constantly action thing, and that's our occupants. That's us occupying till Yahweh Shai makes his return. Alright, because basically we have to. The reason why he gave us that money, alright, which is our talents, which is a talent today would be regarded as, if a man like Mayweather, for example, he had a natural knack. Alright, he was a natural boxer, so he had a talent. But guess what? Talent, hard work beats talent when the talent don't work hard. So there's a requirement of practice, alright, occupants, that is required in order for that talent to be made, to multiply, and to really be greater than what it was when it first was bestowed upon you. Because there's a lot of people, when in their youth, they had various talents, but they didn't work here. For example, I'll say a personal experience. I used to be able to draw, man. I used to spend all my days in my youth from about the age of 6 to about 11 drawing action heroes, okay? Different Superman, Luke Cage, all the comic books from going back from, used to go to the comic shops, buy the comic books, and then try and redraw them without tracing, okay? And that was basically, that was my talent. But guess what? If you ask me to draw in this day and age, it'll take me a while. Why? because that talent hasn't been cultivated, hasn't been worked. I haven't been pragmatic with it. So then I'd have to be pragmatic with it, put it to use to get some usury back, for it to be able to be a useful talent unto me, and for it to be even there's a saying that goes, if you can't be used, then you're useless. So this is the same thing with Yahweh Shai, all right? So if you don't use, if the Most High can't, if Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakal Kadash cannot use you, you're useless. And that's why that talent will be taken away from you. So let me read on, because I'm getting ahead of myself, all right? But it's the spirit. But his citizens hated him and sent a message after him, saying, "We will not have this man to reign over us." That's them wicked two-third Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Alright? And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, and whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading. What's the trading? You go down to the marketplace. Remember, and you have a bank, okay? The word bank goes back to the word bench, okay? Because over a bench, that's why when the Lord flipped the tables, they were called the money changers, because that bench, that goes back to the word, the modern day word of bank, is basically the tables where the money changers kept all their money upon. And today we're engaged in that same table today, as it tells you that in Proverbs 8, the table basically is the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of this word. It's all the great feast that's upon the table, that we're meant to, the money that's on the table, that we're meant to do business with and bring back wealth upon. All right. So then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound have gained 10 pounds. Then he said unto them, Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. And that's the thing. Look, man, there's no excuse as to, my talent. I don't have a lot of, the Lord hasn't given me a much of talent. You got to utilize that talent. You got to work out what your talent is and utilize it to the extreme. All right. That's why it says, knowing that we fell away from the Lord, seek him 10 times more. All right. We're meant to go hard, man. Anything you put your hand to do, do with all thy might, because we're Israelites. All right. We're the nation of Israel. And that means he is a prince of the power. When you understand what that name means, that means your engagement with anything should bring that energy to it. Okay? So that's why he said, Yahweh Shai said unto his servant, look, you've been faithful in a little, I'm going to give you authority over 10 cities, because I've seen that you have the ability to utilize your talents at a small level and make it and bring back abundantly. So I'm going to allow you to do more, man. All right. And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound have gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, Be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold is thy pound, here is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art in a storm, a stare man, thou takest up that thou laidest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he said unto him, Out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Therefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that's that table, right? Going on the highways and byways and putting in that work, right? That at my coming I might have required my own with usury. You would have gained interest if you would have put it in a bank, okay? They would have put it to use. And he said unto them that stood by, Take from him the pound and give it to him that have the 10 pounds. And they said unto him, Lord, he have 10 pounds. Yeah, because he said he was worthy and small. He was basically, he was pragmatic with small, so he can deal with that. And that's his best worker. If you know one man, you gave man 1 pound and he gave you back 10, man, you're gonna give him you give him another 1, because you know he's gonna give you another 10. All right, rather than a guy that after all the time you were gone, he brought back 0. And I say unto you that unto everyone which have which have shall be given, and from him that have not, even that he have shall be taken away from him. But those mine enemies that were mine enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring heaven and slay them before me. That's right. So look, this word is our treasure. Okay. Now prove it simply. Jump around. I've got a couple scriptures on the list. I'm just gonna run through and just throw them out there. Just arm you brothers, whoever's listening. Okay, so first and foremost, the treasure unto the Most High power is the nation of Israel. Okay, for the Lord hath chosen Jacob unto himself and Israel for his peculiar treasure. Okay, we are the treasure of the Most High power. All right, where his jewels. Okay, as it tells you in this time he's made. In I believe in Malachi, he says I will make up my jewels, and where his jewels, man. Where all the various talents that we have is like a crown with various jewels in it. Some ruby, okay, some emerald, diamond, okay, turquoise, all these different sapphire, all these different jewels and gems which are put inside that crown. All the different talents that we have that we utilize to make that crown have that much more shine. We bring extra, extra sparkle to the crown of the Most High, because why? We are His treasure. Okay. So this is Proverbs 21:20. There is a treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up. And that's right. Now, what is our treasure? We're the treasure unto the Most High. What's our treasure? Okay. So this is Isaiah 33:5, and it reads, "The Lord Yahweh is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness." Alright, and how do you do that? By wisdom, knowledge, and understanding being his word. Okay. It tells you in 1 Samuel 2:3 that he found all the ways out of it says the Most High is a power, a God of knowledge. Then in Baruch 3:36 it tells you that he found out all the ways of knowledge and gave it unto his servant Jacob. Alright? And that's why we're the formers of all things, because we have all knowledge that was given from Yahweh. Okay, so it reads, he hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. Verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. That's our treasure, because in Proverbs 1:7, what does it tell you? It tells you the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. So by the fear being our treasure, that allows us to engage in wisdom, which then brings everything else, because through wisdom you have the ability to thrive in any situation, because you have the ability, the oil, to see through the darkness. All right, as an outward. So this is Romans 11:33, and it reads, right, "Oh, the depth of the riches both of wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh, how unsearchable are his judgments." Alright, because he's revealed his secret to his servants and prophets, and his ways past finding out. That's it, man. So that's our treasure. Alright. So we have to label within it with as the man with the one talent that made 10. We have to labor in our talents. Okay, and that's actually a law as well. So, that we have to labor. I'm gonna jump around. Lord willing, my phone don't turn off, man. But I just got a couple other scriptures that I'll just bring home the point. So this is Sirach 6:18, and it reads, "My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, which is treasure." Okay, so heap up this gold to you, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. All right, so it's gonna you keep it up in your youth, and that interest is gonna compound interest, so it's always gonna return onto you because you delve into it. and all your thought patterns are gonna delve into wisdom, and it's just gonna multiply, multiply, multiply. Verse 19: Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, right, as a farmer, and wait for good fruits. Plant the seed and wait for the fruit to return. But you have to water it. You have to tend to it. All right. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. So it's a profitable fruit to eat of. All right, because you don't. The laboring isn't as deep, man. Yahweh said, his burden is light. All right. So now, let me just check these precepts. I've got other precepts lined up. Just see how relevant they are. Yeah. Sirach 20 and 28. He that tilleth his land shall increase his heap, and he that pleaseth great men shall get pardon for iniquity. So the more work you put in, the more you're gonna get out of it. All right. So it's another one. Ecclesiastes 11 and 6 reads, In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thine hand, for thou knowest not whether shall prosper, either this or that, or whether they both shall be alike good. So go hard, do your thing, man. Don't withhold your hand from the hard work. Get in, all right. Now this is a lot. Actually, I'm gonna go here. Then I'm gonna go to my last few scriptures. It's Sirach 29:11 to 13. Lay up thy treasure according to the commandments of the Most High, and it shall bring thee more profit than gold. Sharp thy arms in thy storehouses, and it shall deliver thee from affliction, all affliction. It shall fight for thee against thine enemies, better than a mighty shield and strong spear. So your wisdom will do you well, and your arms as well. Alright? Now, Sirach 20 and 30. Wisdom that is hid and treasure that is hoarded up, what profit is in them both? Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom. So guess what? Part of gaining an interest is showing your wisdom. That's what the man that hid his talent did, man. He hid it. It's better to hide your folly than to hide your wisdom. He didn't utilize that wisdom and make it shown. He didn't bear his light upon the people in which turn, and then people will come onto him and seek more wisdom. And guess what? He would multiply his talent, because then he would because what's the multiplying of the talent? It's bringing forth fruit, bearing fruit. All right. So that's what he didn't do. So we got this talent. We got talents. Utilize them. Make it, show and display it, man. Because you've been called, man, for a reason. If you believe you're chosen. If you don't, man, you might as well you'll get the hell out of here before the Most High spews you out, man. And even if you get the hell out of here, you're gonna be beaten with more stripes because you knew better. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 13. I learned diligently, and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches, for she is a treasure unto men that never faileth. Wisdom, which they that use become friends of the Most High, being commended for gifts that come from learning. With that, man, I pray you edify, man, exaltation, exhort in the spirit. I hope that fire is burning extra heavy. Shalom, man.